Oslo.
A group of British MPs have launched a campaign calling for this weekend's Formula One motor race in Bahrain to be called off. In Bahrain, security forces have used stun grenades to break up an anti-government demonstration. It happened at a cultural exhibition for the Formula One race. Well, Fahad Al-Banali is from the Bahrain Information Affairs Authority. We spoke to him a little earlier via Skype.
I'd just like to clarify the position that no protester or no person will be arrested for merely protesting. Their demonstrations have been ongoing this week, and there will be more to go. So long as they follow the proper procedure and they don't infringe upon anybody else's rights, those will be fine. So it is unfortunate that many are relying, seem to consider the exaggerations and misinformation on social media to be accurate information.
Well, the chairman of the track where the race will be held says the protests are not as important as international media are making them out to be.
The media is really that conscious about human rights? Get on a plane tomorrow, 7 a.m., an hour and a half to Syria, go see the reality there, come back for dinner here. Why are we worried here about a couple of thousand or a couple of hundred who go out and protest and then go home? Or 20 of them decide to throw Molotov bombs. Why is it such a big deal? Look at the damage that happened in London in 4 days. It's not happening here. It's just that we've become the sexy topic all of a sudden.
Well, Nabil Rajab is president of the Bahrain Center for Human Rights. He joins us via Skype now. Mr. Rajab, fairly dismissive comments there from the chairman of the track. He doesn't seem to think there's a problem there at all.
Well, first, to correct your information, there are tens of people wounded and injured in the past couple of hours as they were shot with live ammunition as the government tried to clear the way for the Formula One. We had 15 protests 3 hours ago, 15 protests in 15 different areas in different parts of Bahrain, and were dealt with shotguns or live ammunition. And many people were wounded, and some of them are in a serious condition. The gentleman was speaking to you, he represents the government, so I wouldn't be surprised in what he's saying. I would say go to an independent source like Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, International Federation for Human Rights, Doctors Without Borders. They will tell you the actual situation of Bahrain. And I'm happy that a lot of journalists came to Bahrain today and they witnessed by their own eyes how the government is dealing with the peaceful protest like the one we had today. Thanks God they were there. That's why we dealt in a very peaceful manner, and they treated us very well in very strange and very rare cases. Otherwise, normally protests like what we had in the afternoon, we end up beaten and in the jail. But that was because of the people from the journalists were around there. But at night time, those 15 protests were all dealt with live ammunition.
So in a sense, the race going ahead has in effect put the media spotlight on Bahrain to a degree. Would you agree?
Well, frankly saying, whether the Formula One is going to go ahead or they're not going to go ahead, we grabbed the attention of the international community. Thanks God for the Formula One. It's not for the human right of the people. It's not for the justice, but because of the sport, people came to know what's happening in this part of the world. We were not against Formula One. We don't have any personal thing against them. Our problem that repressive regime, dictators, killers, they should not be awarded. And this sport, known to be the ruling family sport, it is the sport of the son of the king. And we think awarding them, taking them out of the isolation that they were kept in by the international community, that will serve dictators, which we think it's wrong. But we are not against Formula One now. In fact, in reality, they are here. Journalists are around. We're going to get use of them and to show the international community level of crime being committed here. And I think journalists tonight have realized this by themselves.
All right, Nabil Rajab from the Bahrain Center for Human Rights.